What's up? What's up? What's up, YouTube world? Welcome to another show. Derek Jones Talks Live. Well, where tonight I will be talking live. We're going over some Moorish brothers tonight. Really, one in particular, because one of them is Soto or Moor, so we're not gonna really trust that one too much. But what up? What up, Wax? Y'all can share this stream under live to any of your favorite groups because I haven't done so yet. I had got up and wanted to just, when I got off work, I had took a nap. And so I'm up now. Peace, peace. Yes. And it's time to get it in. I'm going to share some shit I was talking about earlier. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm actually witch hunting Sabir Bay here. So tonight I'm going to explain how all of this came to be. I'm going to explain that. I'm also going to go into, we're just going to take a listen to Sonetta for a second and his telling of Reggie to not mention the Apollo. And we're just going to examine that fair use open audio. Triple C, Rising Star. Everyone, come on in. Yes. We're going to examine that audio of Sonetta's and why he would be telling Reggie not to mention the Apollo when you've been running around, mentioning the Apollo. But the chat is pretty decent already, even though we just started. So that's a good thing, especially without me even sharing. Kudos to YouTube and their notifications. Oh, man. But, yeah, tonight, guys, we're going to have a little fun. Yes, you are here and accounted for. We're going to have a little bit of fun, or we're at least going to try to. So I'm not going to get all extra serious, Yes, they are trying to, Triple C says they're trying to blame it on people calling the Apollo. Now, we've already warned you guys about what was going to happen. We already warned you and let you know that Sonetta is not going to take this deception with a grain of salt. Uncovering his deception. And what he's going to do now is, in typical Sonetta fashion, he is going to switch that shit and flip that shit. Okay, what up, Tulsa? He's going to switch it and flip it on everybody else. He's going to say that you Negroes, the same thing you Negroes did to Umar Johnson and blah, 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 blah. That's all he's going to do. So please don't be alarmed when you hear it. Please don't be surprised when you actually hear it. I'm letting you know right now that is exactly what Sonetta is going to do. My name will be thrown around. Well, okay, it's a couple other people whose names and channels are going to be thrown around too, but he's definitely going to throw mine around as someone hating on him and, et cetera, et cetera. So, here we go. Derek Jones Talks Live, this Tuesday edition. What do we got going on? Well, what do we have going on is an ongoing Q&A that I've been having with Sabir Bay. Now, for those of you who do not know who Sabir Bay is, all you have to do is type in YouTube, and there you have it. I think like 12, 15 years ago or something like that, he had a radio show. When I first encountered him, he was just like the opening act for Taj Tariq Bey, so to speak. Not saying that they're an act per se. I'm just saying. So he was like the hype guy, the opening mic guy, and bringing up Taj and whoever else was there. So, and Sister Rod's Bay, etc. So I heard through the grapevine back then, you know, he had a radio show. I thought that was what was up, you know. The fact that I respect Taj Tariq Bey so much, and as far as what I've learned just from listening to him, you know, like the way that he opened my eyes to a lot of things in regards to law. Basically, Taj Tariq Bey was one of the people who inspired me to actually start studying law. You know, like I didn't take his full method and run with it, but he, you know, he listening to one of his lectures one day kind of led me in that direction. Now, I wasn't down with that before, you know, as far as down with Taj Tariq Bey before, even though I was always intrigued by the Moorish science. Like most of the Moor brothers that I met that were Moors were much like a lot of Muslim brothers and sisters that I met. They were very, very, very intelligent. And it was like they were rounded when it came to applying what they're doing with actual history and actual life, you know, more than the Christian faith, which I grew up in as a child, which fucking 98% of us grew up in, pretty much. So when I encountered Taj Tariq Bey, it was an eye-opening experience, you know. So I always respect for that. The same way I feel about Delbert Blair, etc. Like those people were influential at a time in my life, especially my younger life, like bringing me along things that I didn't know, putting possibilities in your head, things for you to go examine. So one of the things that got me about the Moors, and it was like all of them universally would say this. One thing that really got me, it was like the way we as Moors do things is we provide the answer and you have to provide the equation. So it's like, I'll write down 36. You have to provide the path to how I got to 36. Peace, peace. Welcome everybody that just came in. So that's kind of how I came through with the Moors. And that part intrigued me because I liked uncovering things, especially when it came to study. And I was really, really big on that shit because I wanted to be, let's say it like this, I wanted to be in the room. I didn't want to be one of those people who just heard some shit and you know how some of those people are, they try to run with it like an Israel doctrine type. You know, just hear something and just run with it, do a 3-hour stream on it. Or Kev Gills, he just hears something and just does a stream and pretend he knows what he's talking about. So I didn't want to be one of those people when it came to it. But over the years, as getting older, using the Moors method in my everyday life, as far as being a Moor when it came to my name change and all of that shit like that, it was like as you get older and you grow, you start to see what is actually effective and what is ineffective. And one of the things that I always say is that I agree with 90% of the things that most Moors say. I don't even agree that it's an actual fact. Now sit on that for those who can't handle nuances in conversations. So I believe in a lot of the shit that they say, but not necessarily as a fact. I don't know, Chief X, about the mental health thing, being a little harsh there and being a little pie-ish, ruthless. But the habitual liar part, that's starting to be attached. That's excuse me, that's something that can can really start to be attached to these people. And the crazy part is we've done that in the small bit of time we've been going over this shit with Sabir Bay. Sabir Bay was asked an open question on an open chat, which he was having about a paid event in Houston that's supposedly up and coming, or I guess he hasn't done it yet. So I asked questions specifically about the event. The questions that I asked Sabir Bay about the event were, what were the topics? So Sabir Bay comes out and says the topics are history, law, and nationality. I'll say again, history, law, nationality. Those are three different things. Those are three different words. Okay? I only chose one of them, which was nationality. So I began to question Sabir Bay about nationality. What up, T? I began to question Sabir Bay about nationality. Okay? We played the audio. I'm going to get to it in a second. I'm just setting everything up right now. So we played the audio, which I'll let you guys hear again. We played the audio of Sabir Bay then being asked, will he be showing evidence of his whatever his conversation and his teachings in Houston? Will he be about and or concerning nationality, which was one of the topics he gave? He was asked, would you be going in depth and showing evidence of its real-time application? You know, people who are using this shit effectively in real time, evidence of such. Sabir Bay's response was, yes. And yeah, in real time, baby, we gonna go over all of that, baby. We gonna go over all of that. That's what he said. Okay? Concerning nationality, which was one of the three topics that he said he's going to have. 2 minutes later, I asked him another question. Do you have evidence of the people that you instruct to claim nationality? Okay? Do you have any evidence of its real-time application in their everyday life? Like these people using this shit to their benefit in their everyday life. When hit with that question, 2 minutes later, after I just asked him the first question, two questions, Sabir Bay's response was, nationality, I don't do that. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. I was like, whoa, what you mean you don't do none of that? Nigga, 2 minutes ago, you just said you're doing a whole event on it. Paid event. Not only are you doing this paid event on it, when I asked you, will you be diving into its real-time application in people's everyday lives? You said, yes, real-time application. Yeah, baby, we're going to go into all of that. So once you open the floodgates and said that you're going to go into all of that, then I said, 14 undecided. Then I said, what up, Chemo? Then I said, once you said what you said, that you're going to go into it, I said, specifically concerning nationality, are you going to go into evidence of that in real time? And you again to tap dance and say how you do not go into that, you do not deal in that, you don't do none of that, is what you said. And we heard, everyone that's in my chat heard the audio because I played it already. Sabir Bay said he don't do none of that. So that in and of itself, brother, is deception. That's a lie, or you were mistaken. Now, I'll allow you the out to say that you were mistaken and you were reading a big chat and whatever. Okay? the point of it all is, nigga, you just said one thing, and 2 minutes later, you said something different. It seems like as long as people are asking you questions about shit you want to just run your mouth about, everything seems fine. So it's neither here nor there with me and Sabir Bay. It was no big deal. I'm not gonna unsub from his page or not listen to see if there's some good information to be taken from there. I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna not do that. Well, I wasn't. That wasn't my plan. So I get a notification on my YouTube platform, and it's Sabir Bay doing a video. Now, he did this live stream like the day after or so I did mine. And he's talking to some other person because he named him and me. Because he mentioned me by effect of, you're the one who put his email in the chat. Again, I put my email in the chat because you said drop an email and ask some questions, et cetera, et cetera. That's what you said. So that's what I did. So the next day or a day later, this video comes up.
Wants me to come on his show for audience wise, tell him to pay me $1,000 or he can get on here right now, or they, or he. So if somebody wants me to come on his show for audience wise, tell him to pay me $1,000 or he can get on here right now, or they, or he, or she, or them.
Okay. This is pretending to not know. Now, let me say this openly right here. Every time I go to Sabir Bay's chat, if he's doing a live stream and he's basically taking questions, and anything I write in that chat, he responds to immediately. So there's no question whatsoever of who you're talking to, of whether he's acknowledging it and all of that. He can pretend all he likes. But you have reached the radar of Shane TV, East Watch, Derek Jones Talks Live, because we don't do fuckery over here. Now, number one, yes, he is. Number one, I hope you're talking to that other dude, because I never asked you to come on my show. And as a matter of fact, and a point of clarification, when you said drop the email in the chat and we could do it like that, I was more happy to do it that way because I wasn't really trying to drag you out in public, nigga, on your own platform. My intent was not to publicly drag you. My intent is to ask questions. There's somebody in this chat. We were on that person's show, me and another Moor, supposed Moor, Soto of a Moor. And she could be a witness to me. I engaged him in conversation. I was not trying to belittle him. A lot of the stuff I was agreeing with him, telling him, yes, I understand it. I'm just saying, yo, nigga, you can't be saying that shit because it's actually ineffective. And when you start arguing whether or not it is ineffective or not, I then begin to question, well, then you obviously have personal firsthand knowledge of real-time application of all the shit that you're saying. Then when you start to say, no, you do not, then you and I have a problem. See, the problem that you guys are going to run into with me is I have evidence of real-time application. I am a witness with personal firsthand knowledge to attest to how it happens and what goes down. I am a witness with personal firsthand knowledge who can attest to the countless brothers and sisters in lockups right now. from listening to people like Sabir Bay. We'll continue.
So what happened after he met me with Michael Jai White and Tommy and everybody else? He said, "Oh, that guy." See, y'all don't understand, people. I know my value. So if somebody wants me to come on his show for audience wise, tell him to pay me $1,000, or he can get on here right now. Or
okay, first off, let's answer that. Sabir Bay, what you need to do is find some sort of hustle. Like, find something you're good at and do that something. If you can make bracelets and shit and all that stuff you wear, make that shit and sell it. If you go to teespring.com and you have any sort of computer and any sort of artistic talent, you can produce your own online store immediately. Immediately. There's things you can do. Right now, I'm in the middle of a business venture that I'll happily put people down on if they're serious about it. And I ain't talking about giving me a motherfucking thing. I'm talking about I'll put you down as letting you know what I'm doing and helping you along in ways that you may be able to do it if you so choose. Not me setting up something with a name and a GoFundMe attached to it. All right, that's not what's going down. So I don't have any problems doing that shit. But what you need to do is get gainfully employed. I've been doing this too long. And when I start hearing niggas, you heard them, T. When I start hearing niggas start asking for G money off of YouTube TV, automatic red flag. You're a grown ass man. You a whole fucking man, man. Everybody go through hard times. I go through it myself right now. But you will never see me on YouTube TV begging nobody for no fucking money and then doing it in a manner to try to position myself as some sort of celebrity who this money is pretty much owed to because of my status. Fuck are you, man? Fuck is the matter with you, man?
they or he or she or them can get on here right now. I am live. Don't leave comments on my posts, on my videos. Please come on here right now. Please hit them right now. Let them know.
Now, this was supposed to be his open challenge. Now, I'm sorry, Sabir Bay, I was busy, so I didn't even know you were fucking live. But this was because I would have happily come on. I would have happily come on.
You know what they do? They start studying. Bro, I didn't mean it like that.
Mm-hmm.
I could do this all day.
Well, good thing for you. I can do this all day too. Now, I ended up leaving a comment on the video because I did not catch the video. So being the fact that I did not catch the video, I left the brother a comment and stated, I would have jumped on, brother. I have a few questions. Okay? And not about your car, because he was talking about his car. And people question him what kind of car he drives. I don't give a fuck about none of that. He even openly admitted that he has a driver's license. And we'll get to that in a second. But anyway, I have a few questions, not about your car or you traveling around, but about you traveling around with just a passport. Because Sabir Bay stated that he travels, that his license is supposedly expired and he doesn't use it anymore. And though it just expired this year or something, he said, how convenient. Nigga, you've been peddling this shit for over a decade. Anyway, he says that he travels around now with just a passport. So, of course, I said, Any real-time evidence, video footage, etc., of you doing this actually. Real-time application. It was probably, I agree, Bismillah, I agree. See, what's happening here is, do you guys notice a pattern with me? Whenever I'm dealing with Garfield, or when we're talking about Polite as far as some sort of business venture or something he's trying to sell you, do you notice that I have a certain pattern that I follow in the questionings? That it's easy to catch somebody who's full of shit. I got approached the other day coming out of what was it? Was it Wawa? I was getting coffee, and I was coming out, and some girl was selling some shit. She was a very pretty girl, and I guess that was a honeypot attempt. Send a pretty girl and disarm you and nigga, please. So anyway, she was selling the fuck. It was like she was selling shares of an investment. Like, you give them money to invest in some shit, and then when it pans out, it comes back to you, and it's a great investment, it's low money, and blah 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 blah. So me being me, the very first thing I said was, well, where's your website and where's the success stories? Because you obviously have, evidence called success stories of the real-time application of your business plan, of people actually investing in you investing, and then them getting the money in return and all. Like, you obviously have evidence of this, right? Of course, the conversation ended immediately. So dealing with Sabir Bay, it seems like everything, like he answered all my questions up until we got to questions of fact and evidence and etc. of real-time application of nationality. Once that question came out, Sabir Bay has been on the run ever since. When I asked, what are the topics that you're going to be talking about at your show? He was more than happy to address that. When I start getting into the specifics, when we start getting into the specifics of the topics, first off, he don't know what the topic's going to be, although he told me what they were going to be. Then he don't do none of that. He don't get into none of that, although he told me he was going to get into all of that. His words exactly was, we going to get into all of that, baby. But once you're confronted with the question for you to validate what it is you're talking about, you have a problem. So anyway, I asked, I'll read it again and I'll do it quickly. I would have jumped on, brother. I have a few questions, not about your car, but about you traveling around with just a passport. Any real-time evidence, video footage, etc., of doing this actually, real-time application. His response was this: Derek Jones Talks Live. Why are you looking for something in court on me? Sounds like a stalker. Okay. This is grade A, just a prototype of scamming. This is deflection at its finest. The problem he's going to run into is there's people out here who deflect way better than you, Sabir Bay. Now, this is the fun part, guys. Let's get into this. Okay. Also, to the sister Empress Tasha, I guess she's a part of his page. Sister, I have no quarrel with you. Not to say that you've been coming disrespectfully, because you haven't been, but I'll actually read her comment, because she jumped in and she said, Derek Jones Talks Live. It's countless footage on YouTube from years ago. Traveling man. I said, okay. So I type in Sabir Bay in court. I would like all of you right now, if you have another YouTube page available to you, if you're not on your cellular, to type in Sabir Bay in court. That's SABIR BEY in court. And when you do this, you will see Sabir Bay in court. Now, this is what really made me laugh, because I already looked for evidence of this nigga in court and I couldn't find him. But I was being genuine, like I always try to do. I was being genuine to the sister. She came on. She was respectful. Empress Tasha. Respectful and said, hey, it's countless info. Basically, just look it up. So in my mind, I said, okay, I'll do this again. Just for you, I'm going to do this again. Now, I did find something. What you probably find if you, there you go. Thank you, Triple C. Now, I want you to continue to read, because he's actually in court, but what he's doing, he's holding what is called mock court. He's holding mock court. Okay? Dude, ask me, do I have a problem with this? Absolutely not. I think that everyone should be training on how to speak in courtrooms and handle themselves accordingly. Okay? That's not a courtroom or a courthouse. It's just a room in a house. Okay? That's what that shit is. A room in a house. So, but if you're going to role play, that's fantastic. I think that is absolutely fantastic. All right? Again, none of this is what I asked, was it? Was it? See, we're talking about real-time application, Empress Tasha, sister. That's what I asked Sabir Bay. I asked him about real-time application. Real-time application. What up, Boogie? L Boogie, we want you to pull up another screen. If you can, if you're not watching on your cell phone, pull up another screen and type in Sabir Bay in court. SABIR BEY in court. Okay, and I want you to see what comes up. Because he's going to be in court, ladies and gentlemen. And Sabir Bay, just for a point of clarification, you are one of the people that I've also heard talking about the trust, you and Brother Todd's, about the trust, and all we have to do is get it back and we could borrow against the trust, or the trust is ours and we're all rich. Since that's the case, stop asking niggas for G money on YouTube. Now, anyway, continuing. Sabir Bay, I'll read it again. His reply. Why are you looking for something in court on me? Sounds like a stalker. Do you think stalking, does it sound like a stalker to you, or does it sound like a person who is just fact checking? Okay? Because Sabir Bay, I'm going to ask you the question. Why shouldn't I ask you about evidence of you using the things that you teach in court? Nigga, you got a whole fucking page. You got a whole I'm going to say this again. You got a whole fucking page of you in mock court. But you take offense to me asking you about real court.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
That is a shame. But let's go into one of these traffic courts and mock court sessions.
Which he took an oath on. The governor, then from the governor, he's dealing with the Supreme Court, he's dealing with the Constitution. None can't pass. He can pass resolutions, which is not law, and ordinances is not law. Neither one of those things are laws. That's the only thing that another can do. And he can only pass it, any city can only pass those things pertaining to the municipalities. So now, if you're saying you live within a municipality, you live in the city of Philadelphia or in the city of wherever you at, you're subject to the rules, regulations of the ordinances. But people know the difference. They say the city of what? Well, I don't live in the city of Philadelphia. I live in Philadelphia County. Which one? So why is this here? It don't say city of Philadelphia, do it? It says Philadelphia County, doesn't it? So what's the difference between the two? See? So they have to coincide with what the state says. So there's a difference between the city of Philadelphia and Philadelphia County. Two differences. So even this, and this is from
One is a corporation.
Exactly. This is the procedure of sales of a motor vehicle. And this is what they do right here. They talk, a notice shall be sent to regular mail with a certificate of mailing and also by certified mail return request before they sell your car. This is what they do. And they quoting right here 6309 and 6309.1. So I showed you the two, 6309 and 6309.2. This joint general court regulation set for procedure to the following of implementing of section 6309 and 6309.1 to certify the rights and responsibilities of various parties involved in the impoundment process, which may lead to the sale of impoundment of motor vehicle and the transfer of the same title. It's right here. It's a procedure they go to. So now they're supposed to immobilize the vehicle, have a hearing, and then they come back and then they're supposed to take the car. So what they're doing, they're automatically taking the car, holding the car for ransom, and making you pay ransom to get your car out. They're the ones that's in total violation of this, not you. There are people feeling guilty. Oh man, I gotta go down there. I'll be like, yo, y'all don't get it. Buy some books, man. Spend some money on these books. This book is about $6.
Now, Sabir Bay, the question I have, did that book get a car out of the impound? Did anything you read, just you reading alone, get that shit out of an impound? You see the shit that he does? I'm gonna play something again for you. I'm gonna play it. Hold on.
Which he took an oath on. The governor, then from the governor, he's dealing with the Supreme Court, dealing with the Constitution. None can't pass.
Dealing with the Constitution. Sabir Bay, when you start playing smart, I'm gonna tell you where I got you. And I can openly do this because there's nothing you can do to refute it. Okay? I've heard sitting United States Supreme Court justices openly admit that they cannot answer this question concerning the Constitution. See, what you don't realize, nigga, is I know what you're doing. Everything that you're saying is based off the Constitution. What I'm trying to tell you is the Constitution ain't shit any fucking way. It's not a contract. It was never purported to be a contract. It was never signed by you, me, or anybody fucking else as a contract. And there exists not one single fact, one single shred of evidence or proof that the Constitution applies to anybody born on this soil other than by force. If your mother does not take you to the hospital and get a birth certificate on you, they will call CPS on her. So she just does it. Why? To avoid the trouble. That doesn't mean she's obligated to do it. If I put a gun to someone's head and attempt to rob a woman of her purse, is she now obligated to give me that purse? When she gave me that purse, wasn't an obligation? That's how I got you, nigga, because you talking that circle talk. You talk that shit what brought me out of Moorish science. I'm going to tell you what brought me out of Moorish science. What brought me out of Moorish science was common fucking sense, logic, and reason. A Moor will openly tell you that if you go inside of the dock and you are now under their jurisdiction, how am I under anyone's jurisdiction? Is it fucking magic? How? Well, you chose to go under. And how did I choose if they told me, if they sent me a death warrant? Who in here has ever worked for the military or any sort of law enforcement? Do you know that those warrants are not just called warrants? They're called death warrants, you ass. They can use any means, including murder, to bring your ass in. So if I'm dealing with somebody like that and they're going to bring me into their courtroom, what choice? Where are the choices that I have? Where are the fucking choices in that? So you people are choosing to stay in these people. Ain't nobody making no choice to stay under nothing. You either do it, it's compulsory. These people do not follow the Constitution. But you sitting in here holding classes talking about a goddamn, thank you, dead or alive, you're coming with me. RoboCop told you what a warrant was. Dead or alive, you motherfucker, you coming with me. You sitting in there telling these fucking people all this shit about the Constitution. Sabir Bay, can you please provide one single fact that the Constitution and Code applies to any soul on this planet? But staying on point, this individual asked me and made a statement with an LOL saying how I'm a stalker because I asked him questions. Nigga, first off, you went right on the live stream the next day and tried to so-called mock challenge me to come on. I just didn't see it because I would have come on. Then when I address your ass in the chat about the weird flip-floppy ass stupid shit you say, unverifiable shit that you're saying, you have the nerve to say, ask me a question. Why do I want to see video of you in court? Because I'm looking down this scroll of you talking about court. I'm looking down here and seeing whole playlists of you talking about court. I'm sitting here looking with your name plastered all over everything, talking about mock court. That's why I'm asking you. Because you're running around here purporting to be some guru. Then when you're asked about questions of fact, you don't do none of that. Don't ask me about that stuff. Or this, that, and the third. You niggas are done, man. You niggas came across the wrong one. Or maybe you came across the right one. Fucking clown. I'm gonna stay focused. Here we go.
As an example, Pluto is now in Capricorn of recent, right? It was in Sagittarius.
1778, and the last invalid Constitution was the present-day Constitution, 1789. The same year that George Washington became the 9th president.
Now, this also must be remembered. Anything after that 10 is negative law. But we had no other constitutional convention. In order to alter that, you have to have a convention. You know, so anything that they talk about is law after that, it's not law. All right? And all you talk about basically is that is basically an emanation from the treaties of peace. It's actually a draft of operations for both Moors and Europeans. That's a peace. That's actually the Constitution, actually a contract.
You hear that shit? The Constitution is actually a contract for you to do business in these dominions. Yo, the Constitution doesn't even purport itself to be a contract. Then they're talking about some people we don't know, getting together and having a convention and creating law. How does this shit apply to someone that you don't even know is alive? That's like me sitting in my room, drafting up all these laws, and now I'm saying they apply to everybody. I don't even know the person's name who lived 3 blocks from me, but it applied to them. And this shit is valid in their minds. That's why they read so many books. That's why they tell you, you need to get a book. You need to get a book. And that goes to part of this. The question goes out here for anyone who can provide overwhelming facts and evidence that information alone is a direct synonym for fact. Because that's what's running around here. That's, I think, the biggest problem from every brother and sister that I met that's a Moor. I guess at one point I could say fellow Moor or whatever. The biggest problem that I ran into is that they think that and you heard I said think, they think that everything they read is fact. If you talk to them, with Sabir Bay is perfect example. I asked this nigga about proof of shit that he said. This nigga said, well, you got to cross-reference. Nigga, that don't mean proof. Cross-reference is not a synonym for actual fact. I cannot look up the terms actual and fact, and it says, all you got to do is read and cross-reference, and that's how you get an actual fact. That shit has fucked your brain up, bro. I know because I got off I jumped off the sauce. I used to be on the reading sauce. So I know that it makes you think you're smarter than you actually are. I'm going to tell you what it does. It allows you to feel as though you are now as intelligent as the author because you've read this book. And in our society, authors mean you're smart, right? Because smart people write books and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Not to mention that nobody has provided any facts, evidence, or witness with personal or first-hand knowledge to attest that a synonym for the word fact is indeed information. You don't need to do anything else. All you have to have is information. This dude is fucking sad, yo. It's another video that I'm gonna play just for a second because it goes to the heart of all of this shit. And I hope you guys can hear it.
How you doing, brother? What's up, bro?
Now, right here, I want you guys to go to Sabir Bay Getting Served Court Papers. It's on the Elite Way YouTube channel, the Elite Way. I probably should have put a link. I'm on my lazy shit. I'm about to go right in. Anyway, Sabir Bay, I'm looking at his fucking face before he had dreads. Okay? This is the powerful Moor here who doesn't go to court and doesn't get messed with by the government like we do.
Please, family. How you doing?
Nice to meet you, brother.
What's this?
Oh, that's for you.
It's for me?
Yes, sir. I was just paid to do this. So you have a good day, sir.
Same day.
Your name is on there.
I'm not. Same day.
Your name is on there.
I'm not. Same day.
Your name is on there.
Please, family. How you doing?
Nice to meet you, brother.
What's this?
Oh, that's for you.
It's for me?
Yes, sir. I was just paid to do this. So you have a good day, sir.
Same day.
Your name is on there.
I'm not. Same day.
Your name is on there.
I'm not. Same day.
Your name is on there.
I'm not.
But you got me on the counter. Wasn't me. Saw me banging on the sofa. Wasn't me. I even had her in the shower. Wasn't me. She even got me on camera. Wasn't me.
Looks like him to me. Now, you could call me biased, but Sabir Bay, it definitely looked like you.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Derek Jones Talks Live, we will be taking our standard 30-second break. For our 30-second standard break, there was some audio I did last night early in the morning that I'm going to play for you guys now. I caution you to make sure you guys watch out for this individual. There's a fake Moor running around here. So we don't want to, forget about him because he really doesn't want us to. And we won't. And that's real funny. So I don't want nobody to think that I'm banging on Root necessarily. You know what I'm saying? But this shit just gotta get addressed. No, the police kill you. Motherfuckers is evil. They got faces, man. And that's what he hopes. Early, but this shit just gotta get addressed. No, the police kill you. Motherfuckers is evil. They got faces, man. Derek Jones Talks Live. What's going on YouTube? We played this audio already of one Root Words, now known as Root Sotomayor or Root Soto-Amor. This individual constantly wishes death on members of our community. A lot of times he wishes death on members of our community for no other reasons than it's a Wednesday, sometimes no other reasons than a difference in view. And when I say a difference in view, meaning you do not accept his view, hook, line, and sinker.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
So when you do not accept his view, hook, line, and sinker, you must be a Mason. You must be miseducated. If you are miseducated, the education you got was from a Moor, so therefore you're not miseducated because you were educated by a Moor. Like, this is the shit that this individual right here says. If you can tell right now, if you look at the screen, you can see obesity stage 2 starting to form. It's either obesity or excessive drinking at 10 a.m.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
But I want you guys to see this face. Remember this face. And remember that this individual wants us dead. Today he did a live stream. And apparently he wished that I was dead. Derek Jones Talks Live. I have returned. Oh, man. Action-packed night, guys. So first we started off with Sabir Bay. He's looking really bad right now. Brother Sabir Bay wants to know why I want to know about him in court and any evidence that he may have, you know, of success stories, etc., of the things that he's teaching people on a weekly, yearly, monthly basis. So, not to mention, when you type in Sabir Bay in court, you will not find him in any actual courtroom. No, you will not. That will not happen. But what you will find is him giving mock court. Now, Sabir Bay, I will be back. We will continue this discussion. You and I am not done with you. Okay? I'm not done with you, brother. You gonna wear this ass whooping. You gonna wear it. You gonna take this McDragon. You know what I mean? You're gonna tie your feet up like Achilles did Hector and drag your ass around the city, around the Sultan's kingdom. Yeah. This brother holds mock court videos and shit like that, but no real court videos. So what he'll do is he'll sell your ass an illusion of defending yourself in court, but he'll provide for you absolutely nothing. And that's what we've grown accustomed to in dealing with the Moors of today. They're more interested in information. They're more involved in presenting something to you. They care and love more to say they gave or brought some sort of information, not that this information is fucking useless and ineffective. Again, information. I'll give you some information right now. If you tap a pig on the head, it will fly over a house. Those were words. That is called information. I'm informing you that if you touch a pig on its head, it'll fly over a house. Though none of that shit's true. I'll give you some more information. On December 25th, when all the kids go asleep, a chubby man with a red nose flies around and comes down chimneys and gives out motherfucking presents and shit. That's information. Doesn't make it true. The fuck? This dude actually believes that books he's read are now direct synonyms for truth. Derek Jones Talks Live. Sabir Bay looking real bad right now. Are all Moors afraid of questions? Next is, are all Moors afraid of questions? we're not going to stay too long on this one because it's apparent that Moors are afraid of questions. They like the questions to sound like you're some sort of dim-witted individual who's just trying to learn, and then they'll talk all day. But when you start asking them about proof to verify the shit that they say, like Taj Tariq Bey, brother, I respect you. Like, you just, whether you believe it or not is your own business. But I don't give a fuck. The only thing that would probably shut me up about fucking saying what I say about Moors is if that brother actually said, cool out, young man, or whatever. I would probably listen because I respect that nigga that much. I believe that he's genuine. Put it that way. And he's definitely a lover of information. Without a doubt. But the problem is the arrogance of this thinking that you're right, this arrogance of you've read some books and now you're right, this arrogance of treaties and all that shit's dead, man. There will be no more Moorish kingdom. It's over. It's fucking over. At one point in Africa, there was a powerful horse tribe. Okay? It was a powerful horse tribe, and it was in the land of Bonua. And they were called the Horsemen of Bonua. These niggas used to ride down on their enemies in armor and horses before Europeans was doing that shit. They used to talk about how these people had the horses so fucking thoroughly trained that they could ride the horse without holding reins. Okay? The Benuan army was a powerful fucking army. And where are they now? I say that not to disrespect my ancestors or cousins from across the pond. I say that to say ain't no motherfucking Moorish kingdom about to rise up. Because until you people start providing facts and evidence that my ancestors even referred to themselves as a Moor, this ain't going nowhere. So Sabir Bay, if you don't want people asking you questions of fact, especially concerning you in court, stop making videos of you in mock court. Stop selling people information to take and use in courts. Okay? And to all Moors, learn how to answer questions and learn some humility. You don't know everything, and you damn sure don't know what you think you know. Because your position and your stance is flawed from the get-go. Again, I'll say it one last time before we switch gears to Sonetta's filthy ass. Okay? Before we switch to him. Which we're going to do because we can't help it. Because he just won't leave us alone. Every time you turn around, he's back. But what I need my Moorish brothers and sisters to do is learn some humility. And what we said already up here, learn to use logic and common sense, reason, rationale. Meaning, why would I go in court arguing with these people about a treaty and a name and all caps and this, that, and the third, and the jurisdiction? Who cares what words of law they use? That's like me arguing with you on an amount of money that I supposedly owe you, and you say this amount, and then this amount, and then that amount, and I'm saying, ho, let's first establish what? That I fucking owe you anything in the first place. Fuck is you in there talking about law for? Nigga, they law don't apply to you. So if it doesn't apply to you, then they must provide facts, evidence on how it first applies. That's why I keep telling people, when you go to court, let the prosecutor talk themselves into a hole. Because they're going to commit prosecutorial misconduct. I guarantee it. A prosecutor is not allowed to argue facts that are not in evidence. When they call you a citizen, there's no facts that are currently in the evidence folder of you being a citizen. None of this shit is there. When you start asking for facts that the Constitution and Code apply to you, it's not in the evidence. They don't have that. The only thing they have is, we got a name and where you was at on this map that we drawn out and we labeled and broke down in grids as streets. The fuck? I'm not arguing about how much money I owe you until you first establish with proof, facts, and evidence, witness with personal first-hand knowledge to attest to the fact that I owe you money in the first place. Why the fuck would I be arguing about the amount? Derek Jones Talks Live. Let's switch gears.
Do you expect for us to take your word for it? As
Absolutely not. We're going to do this Sinetta Filthy Frank style.
The Apollo Theater. We do not have the Apollo Theater.
We're exposing a nasty new scam that hits you where it hurts, your family and your wallet. These predators will target parents, even grandparents. So how can you protect yourself?
We do not have the Apollo Theater.
The Apollo does not take payments. The Apollo does not take payments.
When I first did the interview with Sinetta, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Wow. Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sinetta, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter.
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there.
If you donate $100, you also get a credit listing in the $100 Black Silver category. You get your credit, but you also get to walk the black carpet. The problem is everybody that comes to the Apollo, which will probably be about 15
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Now, before we continue, yo, when I was listening to this shit the other day on my way to work, oh my God, I was almost crying literal tears, yo. Sinetta Filthy Frank, you's a filthy somebody. You shouldn't be doing this to Sinetta like that. That nigga said, Reggie, don't use that word.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Okay, this is fair use open audio that can be found readily available on social media platforms, etc., etc. I am using this tonight as a form of critique and nothing more. Now, Sinetta, why shouldn't Reggie mention the Apollo? Because you told us that, and me specifically, you said that I was hating on you. You said that I was a hater, that I was hating on you and hating on your success and what you doing with the Apollo and all this. Yeah, he's gonna blame me, I guarantee it. So this nigga, you fucking said I was hating on you for saying what I said. I said that I am going to accurately predict what's going to happen, like I have been accurately predicting what the fuck was going to happen ever since I started my accurate predictions around March, April of last year. I started my predictions because they were based off a question. The question was, Brother Derek, when do you think that the House of Consciousness will be completely over? That's when I began to let people know, no, people. This will not be some quick little pop lock, feel good moment. And no, baby, you guys need to get ready. Put on your dancing shoes. This will be a slow jam. Okay? This jam is going to be a slow jam. This fall is going to be one of those, oh my God, it's falling. Oh God, it's done. It's falling. There it goes. I predicted that the minions would cling tight to Sinetta once the opening salvos were thrown and war was declared. Okay? What happened? The minions hung close to Sinetta. They defended polite. They defended, I'm an ungrateful Negro who's jealous of him, Snapella. They defended Sinetta at every turn. They all band together. Michael Edwards was brought into the Black Couch initiation. He stopped banging on Saw and joined the team. I predicted that. I said they're all going to stick together because they feel that Sinetta's going to overcome this because his page is bigger than ours. In their minds, they're thinking he shouldn't even have to respond to them niggas. Them niggas barely got 1,000 subs. Some of them don't even have that. Whatever. That's in their mind, like, yo, they small. You ain't even got to worry about them. But Sinetta knew better. Because Sinetta fancies himself a king. And all people with that disgusting mentality is to be a king are always worried about somebody taking the throne. They don't want to give up the throne. Which you may perceive as nothing, Sinetta knows. The king walks through the courtyard with his generals and his counselors. They see the soldiers training in the courtyard, and it's neither here nor there. But one little warrior in the back training catches the king's eye because the king sees something in him. You know what he sees in him? He said, this motherfucker got the ability to be me or better than me. So he watches him. This is what he does. Once accurately predicting that the minions would band together and defend Sinetta, and they did, Sinetta still kept his eye out, though they didn't. I said, eventually, as long as we stay fast, stay strong in what we're doing, the tide is going to turn. And I said, when the tide starts turning is when you're gonna know it, because it's gonna be a minion war. All the minions are gonna start battling each other because they're gonna they see shit falling, but to some of them, they see that fall as chaos is a ladder. So they see that as an opportunity to move up. And that's what they'll do. And that's what they did. All the while, not worried about us too much, but Sinetta still was. And he still is. So what else? I said, hey, there's going to be a minion war, and that's going to be the beginning of the end. Well, the minion war started about 2 months ago. Yeah, it's the beginning of the end. What's going to happen next? Did I predict? I said the minions will start banding together in little minion alliances and start going against the empire. And when that happens, ladies and gentlemen, take a bow. I'm taking a bow right now. It is over. Because not only does the Godfather, self-proclaimed, have to worry about his biggest problem, which is me. Being able to use the Fair Use Act and use his videos for open critique. Not only does he have to worry about me, no, he got to worry about his former soldiers. Now he's getting attacked from every angle. How the fuck he going to defend against me when here comes this person? Yeah. Here comes Javen Bullets. Yeah. Taking a bite out of his ass. A big chunk out of his leg. Another minion break off, take a chunk out of his arm. That's what's going on with this dude. That's the fall is here, baby. I know you guys expected, you may have expected something different, but this is it. This is it.
Is everybody that comes to the Apollo, which will probably be about
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there. Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there. Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that.
That nigga said
does not take payments. The Apollo does not take payments.
When I first did an interview with Chanetta, an ATF agent called me the next day.
Don't even say that word, Reggie.
Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Chanetta,
And this just proves, Reggie, that you are part of the scam.
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there.
If you donate $100, you also get a credit listing in the $100 black silver category. You get your credit, but you also get to walk the black carpet. The problem is everybody that comes to the Apollo, which will probably be about 15
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there. Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Now the award show is allegedly moved. Has allegedly been moved to Broadway. Now, when I say Broadway, I do not want you guys to be confused. We have, you know, here that on Derek Jones Talks Live, Shame TV, all of my little channels, Shame TV too. We have to always be clear. Clarity is of paramount concern here. Sarnetta is moving the award show to Broadway. All right? And I don't want you guys to, for 1 second, to be confused or to think we're talking about Broadway. That's not what it's about to happen. Live From your brother, Sarnetta, in the House of Consciousness.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway.
Well, if the neon lights are bright on Broadway, we won't be seeing them because this nigga's shit gonna be on Broadway Street, baby.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Not the famed Broadway that he's implying. Okay? That he's implying that it's gonna be on.
The Apollo does not take payments.
No, they
the
don't.
Apollo does not take payments.
No,
when I first did the interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day.
This is your man.
Wow. Can you say that again? Can you say that again?
When I first did my interview with Sarnetta, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter.
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there.
If you donate $100, you also get a
I
credit
can never
listing
hear
in the
this shit
$100
enough.
black silver category. You get your credit, but you also get to walk the black carpet. The problem is everybody that comes to the Apollo, which will probably be about 50
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there. Reggie.
You're saying that
Is
shit.
it true, brother? You gonna be on Broadway?
You're saying that shit, and you know damn well that you don't have the Apollo. And instead of just saying you don't have it, you're gonna let it still float out there. That maybe possibility. Now it's open and it's known that it's not gonna be on the Apollo.
Is it true, brother? You gonna be on Broadway?
We're enjoying Sarnetta Filthy Frank.
Is it
Again, Sarnetta Filthy Frank. If you have not subscribed to that channel, please do so immediately. It is a wonderful platform.
True, brother? You gonna be on Broadway?
Broadway Street. Okay, make sure.
Is it true, brother? You gonna be on Broadway? Is it true, brother? You gonna be on Broadway? I seen the commercial. I seen people advertising all over Instagram. Is it true, brother? You gonna be on Broadway?
Yes, my brother. We're taking it to Broadway, man. We are about to do something that no one has ever done before in the history of this consciousness. So I want to first congratulate you, my brother, to do great works with Brother Cambada, brother. I've been listening to his music.
Is it true, brother? You gonna be on Broadway? Is it true, brother? You gonna be on Broadway?
See this fucking slick, the bullshittery with these people. You know goddamn well, Sarnetta, that your ass is not going on motherfucking Broadway that people think. You know this shit. We would have accepted you. No, we wouldn't have. We still would have wanted to know what's going on with Polite and all that shit and why you was fucking hiding niggas and everything else that you did. Derek Jones Talks Live, people. Please not be fooled. Sarnetta will not be at the famed Broadway. This nigga's gonna be at Broadway Street. The Apollo event will not be taking off. I, of course, will be blamed for it because I'm the last man standing. Yes, damn me and my twisted logic. Who am I, Snapella, to question Sabir Bay about evidence of him or people he directed to nationality in his classes? Evidence of this in court, working for them or in their lives, though he has videos of him doing mock courts and etc. Whole paid events about it. Who am I to say anything to Root about him wanting black people to be dead for no other reason than it's a Tuesday morning or they disagreed with something that he said. You know, he even disagreed with the store clerk who threatened to call the police on him. I didn't hear Root tell the guy, call him. I'm a Moor. The Sultan has my back. It didn't happen that way, people. Lastly, my twisted logic has me thinking that Sonetta, why would I think Sonetta is full of it when he openly told people something that I openly told you was never going to happen? Derrick Jones Talks Live. I've enjoyed this time with you guys immensely. Damn, man. We got to listen to this one more time. It's like a parting shot before we go.
Is it true, brother? You going to be on Broadway?
Yeah, it's true.
The Apollo does not take payments. The Apollo does not take payments.
When I first did the interview with Sonetta, an ATF agent called me the next day. Wow. Can you say that again? Can you say that again? When I first did my interview with Sonetta, an ATF agent called me the next day trying to book a session for his daughter.
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there.
If you donate $100, you also get a credit listing in the $100 black silver category. You get your credit, but you also get to walk the black carpet. The problem is everybody that comes to the Apollo, which will probably be about 50
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there. Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Derrick Jones Talks Live. Last man standing. Please stay tuned for the morning live streams, people. They're wonderful. You should enjoy them. I enjoy doing them. So I'm going to start doing them on the weekends as well, people, when I start my new little New Year's mile a morning walk. I plan on walking a mile a morning every morning on the weekends, well, the 2 weekend days when I'm off. So I'm going to start that, and you guys will be a part of it because I'll be fucking doing the live stream. So you'll be a part of it. You'll hear me huffing and puffing these cigarettes out of me and just trying to get healthier. But this has been fun. Sabir Bay, you looking real fucking bad right now, G. Real bad, man. I came to you in peace. I didn't disrespect you. I just asked questions, and you act like a real piece of shit. And you're not a celebrity. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you YouTube dudes. 5,000 subscribers, 3,000 subscribers, even fucking 30, you ain't shit. Don't nobody know you for real. You ain't shit. All right? The weakest, lowliest NFL player who never gets on the field got 30,000 subs if he was on YouTube. So you like, dog, you're nobody in this game. Stop it. So Sabir Bay, get your shit together, man. The question's gonna keep on coming. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna stop. I'm on the way. I've been cut down though. I was never one of them pack a day people. Like, even when I do, like, I'll smoke like maybe 3 a day, 4 maybe, and that's maybe. So it's not like I just crush a pack a day, but it's still horrible and shouldn't be doing it. I didn't start doing it though till I was like 30, 31-ish. So it hasn't even I wasn't a young starter or none of that stuff. But also, Sonetta, man, you look real fucked up, man. Cause I'm just predicting everything that's gonna happen to you, and it's fucking happened to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Sultan got his bag. Root, you still look fucked up. Nigga, with that Widows. You like a fucking. I heard you say you was in the Illuminati. I could have chopped that up too, Root. See how easy it is to destroy you? The fuck out of here, man. Always coming around starting shit. Talking trouble to people. I mean, talking shit and causing trouble with people. That's why your dumb ass went to the store and the fucking man kicked you out of the store. I'd have kicked you out of my store too. First off, why you drunk in the morning, man? Fuck wrong with you, G? Now you got me talking to you like a big brother. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Then you want to go on and talk to people, you hope I die. This nigga Root said he wanted me to die, allegedly, because I ain't hear it, but I was told, and I trust my sources. This nigga Root said he wants me to die. This nigga think he fucking Cameron, nigga. Paid in full. Niggas die every day, B. You know what I'm saying? Niggas cut their willows every day too. Fuck ass. They wait before they get on camera to cut it. Oh, jackass. Talk about so you want he be drunk in the morning, man. That nigga be holding the bottle in his hand and shit and letting us see it and shit. Like, nigga, where is that cool at, nigga? Where the fuck is Root from, nigga? He looked like he's from Ohio or something. But them niggas, I was out there before. Columbus is a fucking cool ass little town. And Cleveland, I've been there before too. Them niggas ain't corny like that. I don't know where the fuck Root is from, man. That nigga must be the fucking, I don't know. He must be Dizzy Cochran neighbor. Him and Israel Doctrine live up the street from each other. Right around the corner from Michael Edwards. Again, Michael Edwards, why you keep wearing them shades every time you go on YouTube now? Let us see your eyes. We want to look you in your eyes, Michael Edwards, to make sure you're being sincere with us. And the only way we can do it is, you know, look into your eyes, you know. That's the only way. Scales of my yacht. That's the only way we can do it. We gotta look into your eyes, Michael Edwards. And who the fuck wears a Scully in their house doing, like, nigga, is it cold in there or is it like, one will never know dealing with this Michael Edwards guy. So Derrick Jones Talks Live. Guys, I've had a blast again, once again. This is always fun. We went over Sabir Bay. Sabir Bay even getting served court papers, pretending it wasn't him. He's pretty good at pretending.
Peace, family. How you doing? Nice to meet you, brother. What's this? Oh, that's for you. It's for me? Yes, sir. I was just paid to do this. So you have a good day, sir.
Same day.
Your name is on there.
I'm not. Same day.
Your name is on there.
I'm not. Same day.
Your name is on there.
I'm not.
Stage trying to book a session for his daughter.
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there.
If you donate $100, you also get a credit listing in the $100 black silver category. You get your credit, but you also get to walk the black carpet. The problem is everybody that comes to the Apollo, which will probably be about 50.
Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that word right there. Reggie, try not to use the word Apollo. Don't even say that.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
You looking real bad right now, Frank. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all go to Derrick Jones Talks, Shame TV 2, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, the Dizzy Cochran Show. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. Peace.